name is Yusar, and today we are going to learn how to use a blackboard. So, whatever type of board you have in your classroom, it is important to be organized and to put yourself in your students' shoes for a moment. So, today we are going to learn how to use the board, how to write it, what type of color use it, and whatever. So, let's begin. What we can do with the board? So we can use the board in many ways in the classroom, not just for writing up new vocabulary. So you can use your board for giving instructions, reinforcing oral instructions. For example, just writing up the number page and the exercise of the board. In a large class, save a lot of repetition. So here we must ask a question. What do they see when they look at your board? So the first things we must take into account is that our students have a clear and uninterrupted view of the board. So we must be careful not to interrupt the view of their students. So we need to have clear our position. Besides not turning our back on them. That will be my main tip. My next advice or tip will be to use the board, how to write it, font or color to be used on it. So let's start with how to write on the board. So try yourself to write as fast as you can on the board. And you have taken into account what are the positions you have put into your students. So, time spent writing on the board is time when you aren't directly in contact with the students and they can lose interest. If you spend a long time doing so writing up longer text is obviously a problem. In general, keep board reading text as short as possible. So, how to write? It is important to have a position. So, check what you write as you write. Many students have a visual memory, so we must be careful about accuracy of spelling and grammarly, especially if we intend a student to copy it in their notebook to learn. Another aspect, how big should your writing be? So, we are going to give you some tips that you can take into account. First of all, write a sentence in the size. Write a sentence. So, write a sentence in different size on the board. Go to the back of the room and see which size is the most appropriate. Second one, ask your students for feedback. Let them decide which is the best size. Third one, make sure your writing is not too big. You'll fill the board in no time. Another one, write reminders to yourself in very small letters in the corner of the board. For example, if you hear a mistake in class, write it down and then deal with it later. Your learners won't be able to read it. So, okay. Another aspect or another question that maybe we have is, should you write in print or use cursive dynamic script? So you use print with multilingual classes as most students we will be able to read what's on the board. Most students will be used to reading on screens, or so that may be most useful for them. Cursive writing may be a thing of the past. So, cursive writing may have other benefits, such as adding creativity. So, another important aspect: when should you use a capital letter? It is important learn the basic rules of capitalization. Capitalization can be used for effects when writing a topic heading. Learners generally copy what they see on the board, so try to be as accurate and consistent as you can, and use a style guide. Remember, capital letter when you write names, names of series, that it is important. Another aspect: what colors should you use? So, colors that contrast with the board. If you use a whiteboard, black or blue colors are easiest to read. Use other colors like red, green, purple, and other one for highlight, underline, circling, identifying specific features. Stress patterns, phonemic symbols, interaction patterns, syllables, etc. So, and finally, an important question: can learners write on the board? Yes, yes, yes. Learners should be encouraged to get out of their seats. Think about how you could get several students to write on the board at the same time. This saves time to encourage peers teaching and learning, and reduces the risk of putting individual learners on the bus. That it is important. And here, this point, you must take into account what activity you have to use. So, finally, I'm going to give you a practical activity to use the board. So, in this case, we are going to learn vocabulary. So, we will learn the name of animals and colors. This activity can be for children that's 7 or 8 years old. So, the activity is to learn vocabulary of animals. The idea is that in a books, they find name in English of animals. Each child has the opportunity to have a name. The idea is that students try to draw a picture and write on the board the name of their corresponding animal. The board in this case will be divided into to speed up the activity. Before this, starting the drawing, the students will look for the meaning of the word so that they learn what it is. In addition to what they are going to draw. So let's begin. Suppose that I am a student. So I take the paper, I read, and say Leo. So we are going to search in the dictionary. So lion. So here the idea, there is the students drawing where is the animal, what is the corresponding animal, and also write it in the board. So the idea that the students write the name in the board is for their partners learn how to write it, and also with that of the teachers how to pronounce it. Another, for example, if you have color markers, colors, you can draw in the color red representing in an apple. We must suppose that is an apple that is representing by a red color. So the idea that is the students learned the vocabulary of animals and colors, taking into account this activity. I think that is an interesting activity. So that's all about this topic, about how to use the board. So bye.